Hey, hey, Cooking with Kevin, COVID-19 edition. Today we're gonna do a tofu stir fry, tofu vegetable stir fry, all right? So I've got a lot of stuff prepared already. I've already got some stuff in the frying pan, kind of my standard. I got onions and garlic, a little olive oil in there, a little cayenne, and a little Bragg's. The Bragg's is this, we call it liquid amino acids. It's like soy sauce, but a little less sodium, so it's not as salty. But it has a richer flavor because it's kind of has a bit of like a soy sauce to it. So I usually take this and I chopped up some tofu. Gonna look here. Some tofu is chopped. I have some artichokes. I have a little tempeh, that's tempeh. I'm gonna chop that up also. And then can you see this other thing here? That's some sun-dried tomatoes. So in addition, I'm gonna put in some broccoli and spinach. So I usually, at this point, I've been cooking the onions and garlic in olive oil and onion and garlic, right? Onion, garlic, olive oil, and Bragg's, a little soy sauce. So I put that in the frying pan, and I'm gonna let that cook down a little. So I like for the tofu to pick up the flavor that's associated with that kind of mixture in there. And I just put that back on the fire, and I just let that go. So in this process, I start cutting up the tempeh. Now tempeh is another soy-based product, like tofu, but definitely a little firmer, okay? It usually has this kind of texture to it. Doesn't look good, but it tastes pretty good. It's a little more fermented. It has a fermented nature. So I like fermented stuff because it also adds some B12 into my diet naturally. And I like to get a little B12 because a lot of time vegans, that might be a vitamin that's missing from their diet. Although that's very controversial. Here, come on over here, come join me. So here, I kind of go over and I have this combination of stuff and I'm just mixing it up. You know, I have it on a low flame. And this is the tempeh and tofu. Again, onion and garlic, a little of that Bragg's soy sauce. Again, that kind of gives a little saltiness. And I put in a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Now, I think I'm gonna put in a little bit more. I like things a little spicy, a little spicier. So again, I'm gonna let that cook down. And then so how much tofu did I put in? Again, I got one of those big blocks. And in this case, it was called high protein tofu. And this was the package. Again, organic. Again, remember when you're getting soy, you want to get organic. And I put 2/3 of this block in there. Now this block says 16 ounces, it's a full pound. So 2/3 of that I cut up. And then actually I took the other third and I had some leftover sauce from those little squares we made the other day. I put that I cut those up, put them in the sauce, and so that'll be a little bit of like a appetizer-ish snack. I hear the tofu and the tempeh kind of doing their thing here. So I'm gonna help it along. Just like to stir it up, make sure all the sides are getting a little bit of love and the juices in there. I like to do this because the tofu really, it takes a little while for it to absorb whatever sauce you're cooking it in. So I always like to put my tofu in something for a while and let it just sit there. And that generally comes out pretty good. Then what else? What else do I have? Oh, so the artichokes. I put the artichokes in a little later. I'm gonna add some spinach. Once I've gotten the tofu, I'll probably keep the tofu like that for another 10 minutes. I'm not gonna hold you for this whole thing. Then I have some broccoli and spinach. So that will go in last. The broccoli and spinach will go in last. I'm gonna put the sun-dried tomatoes in, and then the artichoke in there because I love those flavors and I want that to really work into the tofu and tempeh. And then at the end, I'll put in the broccoli and spinach because they're gonna cook like this, and I like the spinach, the broccoli to be a little al dente, not overcooked and sappy. So anyway, that's a stir-fried tofu. I think you got all the how much I put in. Oh, you probably wonder how much olive oil did I put in the pan? 3 to 4 tablespoons, right? And probably about 2 tablespoons of the Bragg's in there. Again, a 1/4 tablespoon of the cayenne. I'm gonna probably put another half a quarter teaspoon. And how much of this sun-dried tomatoes? I got about that much in this jar. This is a 8.5-ounce jar. So about a 1/4 of that jar. And then this was the artichokes. And I went with about a 1/3 of this jar in there. So again, I kind of do this stuff, play around with it. I have that much in there. Maybe next time I'll put more or less. But and I'll have this over rice. I always have some brown rice in the rice cooker, always ready, and I can put this over that. It's a full meal, healthy, wonderful. Washed my hands multiple times today. I hope you did too. Right? Wash your hands. Got to keep social distancing for a little while. All right? They say we're leveling out or whatever, so it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. There's no baseball. It's just me. No baseball, just me. It's sad, huh? Tomorrow I got a special treat for you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.